Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 17 of Aurora Commonwealth of United Stars. We continue our journey as the Commonwealth, fighting for freedom for our people against the ravenous swarm, which currently has remained silent in Tau Ceti as we've begun our expansion to other colonial worlds and a military build-up against those enemy forces. In this episode, my goal is going to be to continue our build-up and then try and return to the system. We are currently constructing the new light cruiser class Highlanders, which will have 4 20cm lasers as well as significant sensor capabilities. With additional destroyers, additional carriers, I feel we can go back with a large fleet and deal with the enemy. However, there's one problem. Jump point breakthrough. We cannot break through that jump point if they're all going to sit behind it. We need to create an opening. If we can't create an opening, we're in some serious trouble. Which means we need some kind of jump stabilization capability, or jump stabilization capability, some kind of jump squadron capability, and that means we're going to need jump support ships. So we're going to be quite a bit far off before we can really do anything, as we're currently researching, at least we should be researching, the new jump drive as soon as physically possible, and that's going to take until the end of the year. Let's get increments on the way, and if you guys are enjoying the series, by the way, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help me out. 3 Ares class frigates just finished up. We're going to ship those over, if possible, to some of our new deep space defense stations that I've set up in various areas. So, for example, we have the Starfall here, destroyer, that I'm going to detach and have head out back to Alpha Centauri and refuel. And instead, I'm going to have 3 of the frigates that we just had complete take over the duties there for her. So we're going to just have them head over directly towards HH Andromedae. You're going to join up with that station and join as a subfleet. And we're going to also rename this to Frigate Squadron 5. Get them moved over. We're also going to order up another 3 frigates to be produced. We're going to need a lot of, well, we can actually order up 4. The Ambush, the Erutha, and the Cassandra, as well as the Hawkwing. We're going to need a lot of ships, a lot of ships, and in fact, I'm considering remaking the Achilles, but I'm going to be waiting for the additional ion technology research, which is the main point of call that I particularly care about. We are also obviously retooling for the Highlander, but we were building. We're not building them, no, we're retooling, so we'll be done with that in just a second. But with those new ships, we should be in a much better position. There we go, retooling completed. I'm going to order up 3 light cruisers of the Highlander class to be built. We're going to make sure that they have a name. So for Highlander, I think we're going to go for some of the RMN, because it's kind of being overlapping names. We're going to go for, I like is Mountains. Let's go for Mountains. I'm going to call these HMS Highlanders, and we're going to go, this is the Yellow River, the Etna, and the Mount Rushmore. So those 3 light cruisers will be constructed, and they'll be done in July of 2120. To remind you, the light cruisers are primarily sensor boats, as well as a fleet group leaders. They have significant deployment times and can cruise around areas. They have good fuel ranges, and they have 4 20cm near ultraviolet lasers that will allow them to more effectively hit enemy forces. We're also fleet standardizing speeds to 5,000 kilometers per second. However, we'll be upping that with the new ion drive technology come soon. In terms of our colonization efforts, if we have a look here, we are colonizing Benetrix, we're colonizing Dortmund, and we're also moving over mines to various areas. And we're making some good progress in terms of mineral production. However, of course, this is all taking quite a bit of time to accomplish, because we're only actually 18 years into the save. We've done a lot of good colonization and good work in a relatively short amount of time here. I definitely will say that. I feel very, very happy about that. Another thing that we need to be doing is also our salvages. I believe we are building that salvager. Yes, and that'll be done in December. So I'm very excited for that to occur. I'm going to also do a quick check of our stockpiles. 40,000. Manticore's got enough. San Martin's got enough. Yeah, we want to be moving stuff over to Dortmund. So we did just get fuel supplies moved over. I believe we're currently waiting on this. No, not this. You are moving supplies over, but I think we are waiting on this guy to move supplies. No? Okay, we're going to send you then over to Upper Silesia and transfer those maintenance supplies. And then you're going to head back to Alpha Centauri. You're going to refuel, and we're going to set up cycle orders because we were setting up, if I remember correctly, this logistics squadron. Were we saying it'd be you to be moving the fuel? You are refueling from Griffin and you're transferring that fuel to Dortmund. No, we said you are doing that. You need to be refueling from Harvester Group 3. And we'll put you under Fuel Transport Squadron. So we're going to have you refuel from stationary tankers every... You can carry 6 million litres of fuel. Harvester Group mines 3.2 million litres. Let's say every 180 days. That's more than enough because we're going to be obviously scaling up that production. And so it should kind of equalize out as needed. So go for Harvester Group 3. Refuel from stationary tankers. You're going to do that every 180 days. 173 days, in fact. And then you're going to transfer that fuel to the colony, and you're going to cycle those move orders. I'm then going to rename you to, or I'm going to bring you down at the start anyway. Bring you down to Signy Harvesters, and then we're going to put you in as Fuel Transport Squadron. Fuel Transport Squadron 3. And you are going to be transferring that fuel locally, which means that we should have more fuel being generated across the board. So we are again needing to get those Anubis class vessels built as quickly as we can. We're currently building a lot of mines right now, which we'll be needing to ship out to places like San Martin. Now, San Martin wise, what do we need to like change so it's colonizable? So atmosphere's 0.1. So in terms of oxygen, we can breathe that. We can breathe fine. There's enough water. We simply just need to adjust the carbon dioxide, which takes up a significant amount of the atmosphere. So we would need to send over terraforming installations, which would cost quite a bit of money, and then we also need to obviously send over a lot of infrastructure. That would take a lot of effort from us anyway. Supply Squadron 2, what we're going to have you do is you are going to... Did you move those supplies over? I would imagine you did. Or actually, no, you were transferring the maintenance supplies over to Dortmund. And Dortmund was the colony, the colony that needs the maintenance supplies and needs the fuel to be able to obviously maintain itself. We transfer about 5 million litres of fuel every 180 days to these places. So, complete overhaul repairs have been carried out on the SS HMS Reliance. The Artemis is done. And we're going to be continuing. The HMS Reliance has exceeded deployment time. Do you not have your order set up correctly for you to go back? Yes, your orders are set up correctly. Another Anubis was assigned. How many more Anubises do we have? We're also getting a real big problem with wealth at the moment. 2 more Anubises are done. We're going to have those then be taken over. Space Station, track the shipment fleet, take them to Signy, and release them at our Harvester Group. And then back to Alpha Centauri and refuel. Repeat that once. But yeah, that's that problem in terms of wealth is an issue. So we're currently generating, that much, but then we're buying purchased minerals, 21,000, installation, construction, maintenance supplies are being made. There's a lot of ongoing costs at the moment, and we're also losing quite a bit of fuel here. That we need to get transported over properly. San Martin, in fact, has more fuel than Griffin does, which is kind of a problem. We'll have to sort the wealth out, and to do that, I think I'm going to take off 25% from the mines, and I'm going to order up 200 financial centers to be built. And that should sort our wealth situation out. So let's look at something a little bit more interesting while we sit there. Let's go to Zeta Stellaris, which is the solar system we are trying to get into for our next colonization efforts. So if I go to Zeta Stellaris, we are stabilizing on for either side. So that means that we should now have a jump point all the way up to 6 class, which is fantastic. Now, EC Lacerte has a ton of minerals on that planet. A ton of minerals on EC Lacerte that we can mine. And it's a mountain world as well. And we also have this with 67 million tons of galacite and a few other very important worlds. So EC Lacerte is obviously of vital importance to us. So we're going to need to protect these shipping lanes, and we're going to need to order these tugs to begin moving stuff over. I'm going to send you over to State 6 Stellaris, and you're going to grab this jump stabilization station, and you're going to put it onto EV Lacerte. Then I'm going to have a look at EQ Pegasi, which is this solar system. This is the Beta Antilles Z6 jump point, so we just need like one ship to be able to cover this area, which will become a major, hopefully, shipping lane. So 2 ships could probably do that just fine. What do we have in terms of ships available? We have the Starfall, and then we also should have the new ship that we would have moved out from the Deep Space Defense Stations. Yeah, the Thunderdrum. I'm going to send you back to 61 Cygni, not 61 Cygni, to Alpha Centauri. Oh, you're in Alpha Centauri. You're going to refuel your supply. We're going to have, just detach you, we're going to have the Starfall class Nicator. Now, what's the distance we're dealing with there? We're doing about 200 million kilometer distances. Okay, that's fine. We're going to deploy some buoys in this area, but I'm going to send, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send the Nicator over to Cygni. You're going to refuel. Once you've refueled, you're going to head over to EQ Pegasi, and then you are going to launch 2 sets of buoys. So I'm going to assign Sci-Fi Missile Launcher. Do we not have buoys available for you? We might not, at least yet, so load ordnance for me, please. There we go, transport items. We don't have any buoys loaded on. Do we not have them assigned correctly up to the Starfall class? No, we don't have them assigned correctly up. So we're going to add in the Delta 1 buoy. 11 Delta 1 buoys added. And I'm going to have you load ordnance up for me, please. Thank you. Buoys have been added. And then we're going to go over to EQ Pegasi, and we're going to launch those 2 buoys accordingly. So you're going to go to EQ Pegasi, you're going to launch ready ordnance there, then launch ready ordnance there, and we will continue to check on. So Squadron cannot complete new orders. That's fine, everything's going fine. Keep doing 1-day increments. The Irresistible, we're going to a deficit right now. Irresistible, head over to EV Lacerte, considering we're going to be colonizing an area. I'd like to know what we're going to be dealing with. EV Lacerte, that is the Irresistible in the Exploration Core. Actually, you need to begin an overhaul, my dude. Yeah, you should begin an overhaul. My concern is, are we building new Starfall class destroyers? We are. We're building 3 more Starfall class destroyers. We're going to be needing a lot of Starfalls to be able to cover the areas. Okay, Freight Squadron is arriving. The 2nd axolotl has just finished. We're going to order up the 3rd. We're going to order up 2 more axolotl class vessels to be produced. 1, 2. And then we're going to get a tug to move those 2 over when we are able to. Tug Squadron. Actually, we don't even need to do that because they're 5,000 tons. We can move that in the Apollo or the Artemis. You've got yours all done here, but you are completely free. So we're just going to close those up, grab the axolotl, put it into here, and then we're going to take that over to Beta Antilles, head over towards that station, and we'll get that axolotl class vessel delivered. Okay, buoys deployed, and the destroyer is now in the area. So I'm going to order for the Nicator under command of Phyllis Schlemmer to stay at, let's do a middle of the waypoint. So let's do like here, waypoint 3. Active sensors on. You're going to move to here. Good. Then in 100 or in 3 years, so 93, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's 5. Is that correct? Yeah. In 3 years, you're going to go back through and you're going to head back to Alpha Centauri and you are going to then refuel, resupply, begin overhaul. Then you're going to head back. I think that'll cycle orders, right? I think, right. Then you're going to head back to waypoint 3 in EQ Pegasi. To location, and then that will cycle all this correctly. So we're gonna do this. That'll set them up, and then we're going to grab the destroyer. Where are you? You'll be in here. We're gonna grab the thunder drum, and we're gonna have the thunder drum. It's currently in its overhaul, but we're gonna have it. But first off, begin its overhaul, and then we can have you replace. Maintenance shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. Right? Be the overhaul right here. And then I'll have you replace in like 800 days. I think we have to set this up either way. New system jump to Jupiter. Teleport delay 93,000. Or 93 million. Once you've jumped through, you're then going to head straight towards EQ Pegasi. You're going to go to this fleet. You're going to move to location. You're then going to head back to Alpha Centauri after 360, another 3 years. You're going to move to Beta Antilliae. 93, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1,000 days. And then you're going to head back to Alpha Centauri. Mutual resupply, begin an overhaul, and then cycle those move orders. Then we're going to rename both of these into, if we go to our patrol forces, this will be in patrol flotilla. We're going to rename this to EQ Pegasi. No, I need to keep the ship name. Patrol 1B. I'm going to put that under that fleet right there. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Orbital defenses, Yuan HH Andromedae. No. Destroyer flotilla fleet. HH Andromedae. Did I move that? Where did I move that from? I guess that's staying there. HH Andromedae defense forces. You should be under the Commonwealth Coast Guard. There we go. Then I'm going to grab the Nicator. We're going to rename that to EQ Pegasi Patrol 1B. And then we're going to put that under the group as well. There we go. We currently have 6 destroyers all doing their own patrol duties. Very, very nice. I'm going to continue incrementing forward. Beta Squadron 7 completed orders. I'm not sure what they were doing exactly. Again, I do record these episodes somewhat out of whack, but I'm going to keep shipping over mines to San Martin, and then back to Alpha Centauri, and then refuel, cycle those orders. The fuel situation at Griffin is a bit concerning, I will admit. We need to sort this out. San Martin should have its own fuel supply at the very least, which should improve the fuel situations. Arethusa completed orders and is orbiting Griffin. So this guy is going to be set up to be a supply transport squadron. Sorry? I'm going to have you resupply from Griffin. First one completed orders. That would be for the jump stabilization station. We're going to begin stabilizing at Eve's Lacerte. Then the tug squadron can head back to Alpha Centauri and refuel. But no, with this transport squadron, we need that to resupply itself. So with that done, so we're going to standard transit every 3 years, I would say. Every 3 years, you're going to do a standard transit. You're going to go over to Upper Silesia. You're going to transfer maintenance supplies to the colony. Colony 0. Then you're going to head back to Alpha Centauri. You're going to refuel, and then you're going to cycle those orders. Exactly. And also resupply. There we go. And that should provide supplies to that colony over time just fine. Did we also get that axolotl in position for defensive purposes? Hephaestus. We're still not there yet. We'll be there in 12.5 days. Just going to complete those orbiting Griffin. So that should be the extra fuel being transported over to our harvesters. So now we're mining 13.8 million liters of fuel per year, which is a great amount of fuel. So then transit fuel per colony, stationary tankers. I'm not sure what's going on with that fuel squadron. Been a bit weird on the HH Andromeda fuel harvesters. New Jupiter, these guys you should be transferring. Yeah, that's about 25 million liters of fuel per year. That's transferring to Griffin. That's also transferring to Griffin. I'm gonna check that in a bit. Yeah, that should be fine. Make sure that these guys are transferring fuel correctly, and they are transferring fuel correctly. No issue. So we'll just continue to wait then. Okay, bunch of planetary defense battalions just finished up. I want to be getting those transported, if possible, to some of the other worlds coming up here. We need to get garrison forces moved out to Benetrix. So I'm going to grab my troop transports. Troop transport. Troll, logistics, military transport squadron. We're going to load up the first garrison division. I'm also going to load up a couple planetary defense battalions, and I'm going to send them over to Ikubagasi, unload onto the colony, and head back to Alpha Centauri and refuel. And then to replace that, I'm going to order up another set of ground forces. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then planetary regimental headquarters, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a division. And that is one division to be trained up. Prices completed orders, that is for our axolotl. So we're going to drop the axolotl. Let's have a look at Beta Antillier. We're going to drop the axolotl. Let me have a look at the Tau Ceti jump point here. The axolotl, we're going to drop you approximately, so this is about 75,000 kilometers from, so we want to drop you like here. We're going to drop it at waypoint 17. Go to waypoint 17. Done, and then we're going to detach. I'm then going to put this into where is it? Beta Antillier Defense Forces. We're going to put this directly into that squadron. So we're going to go for Beta Antillier Defense Grid B2. And that's going to be put under there. Active sensors are on. And then Hephaestus can return home back to Alpha Centauri. But I feel a lot safer at the moment with what's going on here. Did we start building out those new mines? Yes, we did. The Charlie 1M mines. We need to be assigning those up to our mine layers and getting those moved around correctly. So I'm going to separate all those. We're going to put in the new mines. I'm going to order for the mine layer, this mine layer squadron, to begin loading up ordnance from the colony. And then we're going to be taking that over. But as you can see here, we have... did we just build some new ships? Not sure if we did, but a bunch of stuff got assigned. We can see here that we have this laser squadron, we'll have mines here, we'll have another 2 Beta Antillier defense grids on this side. Anything that comes through is just going to get bombarded by mines, then it's going to get attacked by defense grids, and then we're going to have frigates or defense forces on this deep space defense station that can rapidly deploy and go and help and fire missiles. That's going to be the plan. But we're going to need to actually implement that if we are, which we currently don't have. Has been carried out. Yep. That looks all good to me. We're nearly in August. Well, we're in August at the moment. Fully active research facilities. I believe that means we finished up that jump drive. We're going to start research then back onto the ion drive. And I want to be looking for a shipyard to use for the jump support station, which is classed as a military vessel, as well as the replenishment ship, which is also classed as a military vessel, which means that we're going to need to be retooling the Starfall class here, or this class. Actually, we're going to keep the Starfall class where it is. We'll be replacing that over here. I'm going to retool this to Starfall. Starfall class. Retool. And then we'll be using this yard for that. We'll be using this yard for larger ships. Okay, you must be done with loading up ordnance now. Yeah, you are. You're just, for some reason, taking a very weird amount of time. Okay, head over to Town City, not Town City. Head over to Beta Antillia. Head over to the South City jump point, and I'll give you further orders once you are there. What did you just do? Reveal the potential for a ground survey. Found more minerals. That's fine by me. The crew of the Hotspur have completed orders. And again, we're going to be getting mines into this position here. If you don't know what our Beta Antillia defense grids are, they are these guys, which have 9 layers of armor, 2 20cm twin turrets that are matching the enemy speeds, which we detected of enemy ship classes. We're going about 9,000 kilometers per second, and they're using high-powered microwaves as well, so we want to keep distance where possible. And then just blow them up with ordnance. But we're going to be waiting for our mine layers to get here as well, and I'll feel a lot safer. Yeah, we destroyed a lot of enemy ships, though. A lot of enemy ships. Now, building that up, we're getting mines built up. Hopefully the financial situation should improve. It's kind of in a rough problem at the moment. Mining's at least going well on San Martin. We're getting a lot more galacite out of the ground. We also need to get more uranium out of the ground, which we are kind of doing. But we're going to need a lot more mines to make that happen, so it's going to be a bit of a slog, that's for sure, as we wait for things to be built. And that's kind of the underpinning, is waiting for things to be done so that we can make actions occur. Okay, Mine Layer Squadron has arrived. So let's have a look. Those waypoints I like. So we have waypoint 5, 4 through 1. It's 1 through, what would that be? 13, 14. 1 through 14. Okay. So we're going to have the Mine Layer Squadron launch 1 through 14. So you are going to load your ordnance. Are you damaged? Wait, what? What's going on with you? Oh, 2 of your size 25 launchers are damaged? I should have repaired that. I'm just going to SM that because I don't want to have to deal with it. Let me just sort that out. Okay. Load your ordnance. There we go. Load with the new mines, and then we're going to go from 1. We're going to go launch ready ordnance. We're going to give that an order delay of, I don't know, 3600 seconds, which is about an hour. So that, move delay, launch ready ordnance, and then we're just going to deposit them at every single jump point up to number 14. Looking good. No. Hello? There wasn't. You're not done yet. You need to place the other stuff, my man. Hello? Like what? Ready ordnance. Launch ready ordnance. Waypoint 2 and waypoint 3. It's just like they want to move there. It's really annoying why they do that. Is it because they don't have how long does it take? Let me check real quick. Waypoint 3. If you launch your missiles, right? You launch the mines. 45 seconds. it takes no time at all. Okay, I should be able to do like 200 seconds. Okay, launch ready ordnance, 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 and just keep doing that, and it should work as it has in the past. It has worked like that. Yeah, there we go. I think it's just because they're larger increments. But that seems to be working out for us here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is proper mines actually in the area now. So we have all of those mines correctly done. We need to get you actually back to Alpha Centauri to refuel, resupply, begin overhaul. Not begin overhaul, but we're gonna have to get you back and sort it out here. I'm also gonna have you load up walnuts again. I'm gonna come back, but you need to be reported because you are a military vessel. However, we now have a good amount of mines in the area now to defend ourselves with, and the laser turrets and the plasma carronades. It's really, really good stuff. Really, really good defensive capabilities, and that's what I want. That's really what I want. We're going to be continuing the episode. We're at 30 minutes already, but I'm going to continue it because people wanted a little bit longer episode, so I'm going to do just that. More Anubis-class vessels are constructed, and we are growing across the colonies at the moment. Tennis Mining Corporation is also growing quite significantly, and we should be transporting those resources back to where we need them to be transported to, which is good for us. The financial situation is not great, I'm going to admit, but is it improving? The gap is closing, but it's not fantastic. It's not fantastic, that's for sure. Supplies, that's the Bellefonte, so that's the salvager, fantastic. We're going to order up another one to be built as well. Now, one thing we have to be careful is that they don't overstock, because some of the salvage will go into like just Nowhereville, and we don't want that. So we're going to have you head over to the, which area? That'll be 61 Cygni. Your standing orders are going to be to salvage the nearest wreck, and then salvage nearest wreck. Can I do anything else? One minute. Build jump gate at nearest jump point. Move to asteroid with mineral source. No, I can't. I can't do that. So we're going to be salvage nearest wreck, and I'm just going to keep a tab on this because we've only got 10,000 tons of cargo capacity. So we're going to it's going to be 45 days for it to travel. I'm keeping that on my second monitor, and I'll be checking it out. But we're going to be salvaging a bunch of very cool stuff, which will be nice to see what we can grab. Currently heading over to jump points. Oh, aliens! Aliens! We found them. They're back. The enemy is back. And we have Mineral Transport Squadron. A LAC Squadron is in the area to deal with that. They're on top of a lag range point. We really need to reinforce this area, don't we? I need to order... Alright, closing in again. We are a little bit waiting. Okay, we got them on sensors. Light attack crafts, open up ordnance, also assign fire controls, assign fleet. Let's go with one launch first. Fleet sync fire on. You are going to fire first. And we're going to see how well that does for us. 6 missiles are away. Light attack craft squadron, you are going to follow. You're currently away from target 350,000 kilometers, so we're going to try and keep 350,000 kilometers away from the target. Again, we are just faster than our opposing enemy. 6 missiles are away. 3 nuclear detonations, 3 penetrating hits. Enemy ship is still intact. Okay. Fire the second squadron. We're gonna give them hell for this. We're gonna fire you, and we're gonna fire you. 2 sets of launches away. Boom! Nuclear detonations are successful. We got 7 nuclear penetrating hits. Ship is still intact. We only have 1 ship left with missiles to fire. This should at least hopefully disable it, and then we can bring in reinforcements. Yeah, enemy ship has been disabled. Alright, we need to call the sun drop in for the safety, to ensure safety. Where is the sun drop? Sun drop is currently about 1,000 days off its planned time. So 1,001, I'm going to cancel all orders. You're going to come through the jump point. And you are going to head towards the enemy contact. Move towards. That'll take 5.5 days. So let's put that 11 days. So it will need to have 990 days standard transit time. So we're going to have you come in. The light attack squadron is going to fall back. We need to get some ordnance actually transferred out towards these places. Head back to Dortmund. You've done your job. You've slowed down the enemy force. You've stopped them. And now we'll have reinforcements coming in here about in just a short amount of time. I'm going to hope that enemy ship is seriously disabled. But consider that was only 4,000 tons of shipping. That's basically disabling an 8,000 ton ship. And again, we're going to be hopefully waiting. Oh, yep. That's a much bigger fleet. Okay, this is a problem. Okay. How much longer until some drops here? That is a much bigger fleet. We should be able to deal with this, but it's gonna take some the sun drop to actually be here, and we don't have the sun drop here, so we're may take some significant casualties. This was an oversight by my part. We are currently distance. Upper Silesia, follow contact. You are in Lower Silesia already. We move last. You are in Lower Silesia. This is Upper Silesia, right? You're in Dortmund. Follow contact. What's the distance looking like? What distances? Time, estimated time, 2 days and 19 hours. We have 2 days and 19 hours. Now, Dortmund, what do we have on you? We have a garrison division on the planet. Now, we've got a total of 6 enemy ships, and I don't think there's any major troop transports. What we're going to do is, I'm going to order Commander, where are you? Captain Mickey Pellerin of the Light Attack Squadron. Your job is going to be to divert the enemy forces. I'm going to order our mineral transport squadrons to flee the area immediately. I'm going to tell them to go to these waypoints. I'm going to tell them to run as quickly as they possibly can. Extra System Mineral Fleet, I need to grab that guy now. Extra System Mineral Fleet 1, you are currently orbiting Dortmund. You're going to head directly towards the Lower Silesian jump point immediately. Same with the this transport. You're going to head directly towards the jump point immediately, towards the star drop or the sun drop. Light Attack Squadron, you are going to attempt to bait the enemy towards you and make them follow you. The longer they follow you, the clearer we get away from the enemy forces with our main ships. Godspeed, Godspeed. Seems to be diverting. Okay, we might lose that transport, that's for sure. Belisari class destroyed. They destroyed that enemy ship. We lost a bunch of cargo that was carrying minerals from Basilisk. Light Attack Squadron, we're going to, again, try and divert the attention of the enemy forces. We just have to hold out. The sun drop should get here and be able to deal with all of these enemy ships. We're faster. Come on, follow us, ships. Follow us. Captain Mary Wagner will rescue in due course. They are following, and the extra system mineral transport, the larger transport, is going to be able to hopefully get out of here. This is why I wish I had surface orbit weapons on this. This will definitely make me revise my defensive strategy. This was a mistake of, I didn't replace the carrier I pulled out. And we don't have here a bigger ship than these light attack crafts. And they did their job. They destroyed the scout, right? They destroyed the initial scout, but they don't have the firepower elsewhere. However, they can run these guys absolutely rabid in circles. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to attempt... Okay, I'm going to attempt to have them move off towards waypoint 6. Come on, follow us. You don't want to follow the freighters. No. You don't want to follow the freighters. You're going to follow... Yep, they're following us away. God's work, this is. Captain Mickey Pellerin, if you survive this, you are getting a medal. That is for sure. We're going to transit through a Lagrange point. Oh, no. The Lagrange point confused them. Also include Lagrange points. Do not include Lagrange points. Go back towards Dortmund. Go back towards Dortmund. Yep. Do not include Lagrange points and head towards waypoint 6 as quickly as possible. No. Do not. Go to waypoint 6. That'll take you 43 hours. Okay. Enemy ships are following. And our freighters are able to retreat. Okay, now Sun Drop is on the way. Sun Drop, I'm going to order you. Where is my patrol? Sun Drop below Silesia patrol. You are going to go towards these contacts. Instead, that'll take you 2.6 days to arrive. Okay. If we're going to have them follow, we might as well have them follow towards the Sun Drop. So Light Attack Squadron, do exactly that. Head towards waypoint 7. Now, the Sun Drop has access to it. It has an ultraviolet laser, which has a significant range. It has a range of 192,000 kilometers. We've got faster speed. So we should be able to do pretty damn well. Now, what do we know about the new enemy ships that we have seen so far? We've seen the Temple Cowton, and we've seen the St. Verb. Now, St. Verb has longer range weapon systems. We don't know about these. We know that Temple Dinsley appears to have what I would probably say is point defense railguns. So we want to see if we can disable them with missiles at range and then pull it back. But if not, we're going to close in with our main laser and deal with them like that. Okay, they're following. Okay, I'm going to reduce our speed because the light attack squadron is going a little too fast for them, and we don't want them to lose lock. Set speed to 4,500 kilometers per second. And I also need to turn max speed off. Use maximum speed, set speed 4,500. Okay. We're heading towards the Sun Drops coming in. Okay, let them catch up a little bit. Let them catch up. Okay, we can see them just fine. And continue on to the waypoint. They've dropped off the map. We're going to hold. Okay, they're now right there. Right close to us. Head back to waypoint 7. At the very least, we've gotten them away from the mineral transport squadrons, which is good. We did lose, obviously, one. So our ship contact detected. Yep, they're right behind us. They're changing their speeds. They're being very... They're doing something weird. Okay. Sundrop, you stop. Bad. We need the Sundrop over here now. Head towards fleet, head towards light squadron, follow as soon as you can. Regain contact, because we haven't got an active lock on them, we've just got thermal electromagnetic locks. Okay, they're still on us. They're moving 169 tons. Light attack squadron, continue your course towards the Sun Drop, and then you'll be in safety once you get to the Sun Drop. This is why we had patrols, and so we can have active reinforcements as soon as we possibly can. Okay, they are following us hard. We don't want... You're trying to estimate where the sun drop's going, but because they're both following each other, it's kind of causing a problem. So go to waypoint 8 instead. Okay. Sun drop has very close to coming in now. And we've got detection on enemy ships. So, for St. Verborg, 2 Temple Cowton, as well as a Temple Dinsley. Now, we have various options available to us. We could open up in terms of firing out missile tubes. And I think that's probably what we're going to do at St. Verborg's. We're going to open up missiles, and we are going to destroy them, because if we have a look... now, I think some of them are bigger. Yeah, 1,600 tons. That Temple Dinsley class is going to be a much bigger ship, which makes me quite concerned that it has much higher range. So, we're going to use our ordnance on... Let me have a look. We're going to use the ordnance on... Not the Dinsley. We're going to use them on these guys, because they're going to have the highest range, and we need to be able to outrange them coming up. So, sun drop. Follow towards target. Ordnance, we're going to be using launchers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to assign ECCM to at least one of them. We do need more ECM. There were definitely issues with this design. St. Verborg on both. Missile assignment. 1 and 1. And we'll be firing those missiles off as soon as we get within range. Here comes the sun drop. Okay. Open fire control, open fire control. Missiles are away. These might not do anything based on the size of the enemy fleet. Yep, they did not do anything. They were all shot to pieces. So that means Captain Seth Dudas, in the command of the Sun Drop, will have to deal with the enemy in close quarters combat. Ready ECCM on the beam firing control. Ready the 20cm laser. Ceasefire, fire. You have access to range of 192,000 kilometers. We are going to keep a distance from the enemy targets of approximately 170,000. We're going to keep right at our edge, and we're just going to keep hitting them over distance. Okay? The goal is going to be to outlast the enemy forces here. Okay, they've diverted away from the light attack crafts, and the sun drop is coming in. Lasers are ready. Ordnance would have not been effective, I don't think, with larger ordnance amounts. We're closing in distances. This is going to take a long time if we do, and it's all going to rely... Okay, they're within range. Within range. Open fire. All the distance, 173,000 kilometers. Open fire against the St. Verborgs as primary target to begin with. Fire, fleet sync, off fire. You open fire. Okay, now we are going to adjust speeds. Max speed off. Set speed to 4,500 kilometers per second. We are going to get just faster than them. And we're going to try and just hit them up here. That's another hit caused. We've got a 17% chance to hit at this range. We could try and lower the range. We know that the opposing enemy force, the St. Verborgs, have a range of 133,000 kilometers. That could give a max range of 144. What kind of railgun could they build that would have that kind of range? Like maybe a 20 centimeter? I'm not going to risk it. Just keep firing. Keep getting armor impact hits. This is going to take a long time. Okay, we're going to close the distance a little bit. We're going to try and go 160,000. Follow St. Verbal class 160,000. Oh, okay. We just got hit up hard. What's the distance between those two? 112? That's way too much. Why? No, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's really, really bad. That's really, 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 really bad. Contacts, contacts, contacts. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Break distance, break distance, break distance. No! 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 No, 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 no. Du, du, du. Du, du, du. Du, 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 du. A fatal error in orders has left Captain Seth Dudas, Executive Officer Irma Vitelli, and the entire crew of HMS Sundrop destroyed by enemy forces in combat when they didn't need to be. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We will have our revenge. In the next episode, we will assemble a fleet and retake the system. What a disaster. And it's only going to get probably worse until it gets better. I'll see you guys next time. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.